Dun, 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 dun. Cool intro music going on. I have no clue. I forgot completely how to use this. It's been a really long time since the last live stream. And yes, we're starting a bit early because we want to kickstart straight at 7 p.m. 7:00 Romanian time. Say hello in the chat. Say something out there. Your name, your I don't know how much you know in Romanian. Your country's capital doesn't really matter. Just say something in the chat if you're here. We will use the chat a lot, and there's gonna be a lot of interesting things coming straight on from 1900. We have a lot of material to cover, and I have a lot of things open up all over the place, so I really hope I'm not gonna collapse at some point with the amount of stuff happening. I will write here in the chat that if you're not gonna answer, this stream is not gonna work, so please say hello or something, because your input will be very valuable after 1900. So please, let's try it. Please say hi. Also, I really need to check when was the last time we did a live stream, because I really don't remember. And I don't consider the Patreon calls live streams because those are a bit more intimate. Hello. Very good to see you all. Let's see. When was the last time we had a live stream? That's a really good question. I think might have been last summer. Yes, 8th of June. Hell, wow. That's crazy. It's a really long time ago. Did I pin it? I think I pinned it. Ooh, I'm nervous. This is very cool. I'm very excited about this stream because this is very different than the good old ones. And I hope you are going to take something out from today. As I said, we'll probably start at 9. Why do I want to say 17? It's because it's 7 o'clock, but it's 1900. Anyways, probably you're not on the same time zone anyways, but that's okay. We have here the checklist that we've used throughout January. Very cool. And hopefully you tick the boxes. I have no idea if you had access and if you were able to tick these boxes, because nobody said anything. I got a couple of requests to share it, but I don't know if you have your own version. If you need to download your own to keep track of your progress, feel free to drop a message. I would love to help you with that. Give a like to the stream, say something in the comment section. If you're not on Discord already, join. The links are all in the description. Patreon, Udemy, the website. What else? I don't remember. I think I put a few links in the description. Today I'm gonna use a couple of materials, such as the learning plan from a couple of days ago, and well, the checklist, we're gonna use it very briefly, but I'm gonna leave it on the screen for now. What else? Discord. We're gonna use Discord today. I have some spoilers at the end for the upcoming future. That's very cool. What else? What else do I have today? We're gonna try to find you an accountability buddy, not a speaking buddy. By the way, I did rename that in on Discord. It's not called a speaking buddy anymore. It's an accountability buddy. And thank you, Aubrey, for doing that. I encourage all of you to post there, and we'll get into that properly a bit later on. Don't worry. So yeah, I'm gonna need your input throughout this. It's gonna be very, very helpful. We're gonna try to build a plan and to do some brainstorming in the first part, and then we're gonna try to see what really is an accountability body, because I realized I probably didn't cover that enough in the last video, so that could be useful a bit later on. We're gonna wait a couple more minutes until shortly past 7, and then we're gonna go. Any news? Any progress on your Romanian? How have you been? I know I read Audrey's message from yesterday. Really good to see newcomers in the community. That's really nice. Even though you've been working on Romanian for ages, that's fine. When you don't have Romanians around or people to pressure you to do it, that can suck and obviously slow down your progress. That's how it works. So what else? What's been happening? I don't know if you can see, or what can you see? I think, let me check my streaming service. So this one, okay. I think you should be all fine. Hope you're all hearing and seeing decent quality, because yeah, it seems to be good. No worries. Cav aims 19. No worries. That's completely fine. So yeah, if you have other news, please let us know. Throughout January, we introduced the topic. We got into a couple of translators. I saw that was a blast. Many of you didn't know about them. DOM, the place to find out the quickest way to find out information about words in Romanian. Conjugare for what was it? Verbs. Cuvinte care, which is the place to improve vocabulary. And then the random word generator, which was used, I recommend it for flashcards really, or just quickly test your knowledge. Dex Online, which it's not something that honestly you should do as a beginner. It's a good tool. I mean, if you use Dex Online for the declensions of nouns, if you are aware of the different articles and stuff, that's quite good. For sure, use Dex Online, absolutely no worries. And then we have phonetics, which we're gonna focus more and more as the grammar. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know how new or familiar you are with the whole Romanian Academy videos, but so far we've been focusing a lot on grammar. That's my main goal, to finish up with all the grammar topics, because all the interesting stuff. Well, I mean, it's up to you what you find interesting and what you need, you know, but I wanted to get the grammar out of the way, because once that is out, we can focus on more dynamic, more colloquial, more spoken Romanian. You will see big surprises starting tomorrow. There's going to be less English, more Romanian on the channel. But the grammar needed to be covered initially, because I mean, whether you like it or not, that's really how it goes. So as part of grammar, We had a good couple of weeks. We didn't cover everything, but we covered the most important things to be aware of when you're a beginner slash intermediate. Then we went through the different skills, which I'm gonna touch on properly in a bit. The skills that are gonna be covered throughout both the learning plan and the accountability body plan. And plan, well, we're gonna cover later. And then we had a couple of videos about the learning plan and the accountability body, which were guiding us straight to this live stream. Hopefully the people are gonna participate in this, because if this is an interactive, by the way, this is an interactive session, you benefit. I don't, honestly, I don't really enjoy that much doing live streams because I don't know how much value. I have literally absolutely no idea how much value you get out of this, and there are very few people who join. So I do prefer doing Discord events and classes and live streams and whatever. But I thought this is a good special occasion to do a live stream here on YouTube, back on YouTube, since it's been such a long time, and you might get something out of this, and it should be available. I think this should be an information available for everyone. So going back to what I was saying, try to participate into this as much as possible. If there are no people participating, I'm not gonna be able to do what I was planning to do, and you're not gonna get that much out of it. So yeah, that's that. Cool. So that's the first part. Let's see where we are. Cool. That's the intro. I mean, we can dive straight into the topics, right? And the first thing is, I suppose, yeah, the learning plan. Let's go straight into this learning plan. I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions, and the first one is, why do you learn Romanian? Why do you learn Romanian? What's your reason? What's your motivation for learning Romanian? I know some people are learning it for their partners, others are just having a passion, others for languages, a passion for languages, then other people moved to the country. What's your motivation? I'm sure I know some of yours, the people that have been part of this community for a while. I am aware, but that's the thing with YouTube. I'm not sure exactly how, like, who is here really. So I have a team in Romania that I would like to speak with. I also have an interesting in learning. Very nice. We have talked before about my reasons. Okay, yeah, yep. That's why I'm saying, like, it would be good to know who's still there. And even though these questions have been asked and answered before, I do encourage you to still use the chat to just to share a bit, and also to let other people know a bit about your story. What are you sorry about, Aubrey? That's okay. That's completely fine. So yeah, basically, loving languages, having a passion for the culture or history. That's great. And let's maybe write them here. So passion for language, history, culture, and so on. That can be a good motivation, but a very weak motivation, because that's one of the motivations that unless you work on repeatedly finding a way to test your knowledge, there's just going to be a very slow progress. That also is up to you, because you decide how quickly you want or you can work on it. So don't put pressure on yourself. I'm just saying that this is a motivation that will very slowly guide you into learning a language, compared to, for example, if you move to Romania or if you have a Romanian partner, which definitely might make the process quicker. There's no right and wrong, or wrong. God, there's no right or wrong. I'm just trying to tell you from experience, from other people that I've taught, from what the last 5 years, all the information and experience I have gathered in the last 5 years doing Romanian, and in the last 10 years plus, 20 years plus, whenever I don't even know when was the first time I touched on English, to be honest. But anyways, so what level would that be? What level do you want to achieve? What level do you think you need, for example, for speaking to your team? What kind of conversation do you want to have with your team? Or for example, if you're just interested in not necessarily speaking but understanding culture, music, TV, what would that look like? Would you like to be able to listen to a whole movie in Romanian, and watch a whole movie in Romanian without struggling with subtitles? Would you like to try to read recipes in Romanian and be able to follow them? I don't know. What do you want? Friends I know. Yeah, I completely understand that, and people will do that, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. You just have to set some boundaries if you want to use the time you speak with your friends or colleagues in Romanian. You have to say, like, for 10 minutes we're just speaking in Romanian. That's otherwise everybody's gonna follow their as annoying it might be. Everybody is gonna first follow their interest, I guess, which I suppose sometimes is speaking in English, other times is to help you. But you need to state that, otherwise they're not gonna speak in Romanian to you. Cool. And what level would that be? Give us some clue. What's that? What does that look like? Christy, Aubrey. You want to reach ultimately C1, C2. Wow, you really want to start reading history books. Whoa. Wow. You actually want to read history books. That's something new. I didn't know that. That's really cool. Yeah, I think both of these objectives, knowing your level, Christy, I think if you focus on these objectives will I think that's a bit far. let's try to focus also on short-term goals. I mean, you know, it's very important to set some. Obviously, long-term goals are good. You know, like where you want to get to, but also short-term goals are very important because, if you don't see past the next week or month, like you need, every small achievement is great, and I do encourage them because long-term goals can sometimes be daunting and a lot of pressure and really annoying. I would like the others in the group, in the chat, to try to interact as well, to drop a comment as well. You started a short-term goal too. Okay, good. So it's good to have both. What skills should you focus on? So obviously some skills are more useful than others for your goals. Watching TV series, and movies and shows, that's good. But is that more important than talking to your fellow? I mean, it's good to maybe just start with a couple of skills. Obviously, knowing all of them, like improving all of them, is great. But starting with one or two of them is also fine. You don't need to be perfect or at the same level. It's not Monopoly when you have to build the same level. You cannot go and build 2 houses on a property and then 0 on another. It's not like you have to level up incrementally. With Romanian, it is actually, I've seen it happening. You can be an expert in reading and have no clue how to speak. So that is possible. With Romanian, with languages, it is possible to be proficient in one department and suck at another. As you can see, I'm using harsh terms because, that's how I suppose I speak. I have not given too much thought. Okay. Yeah. If you, it's okay to not know the levels. It's completely fine to not know what levels mean, but it's good to have a clue into where you want to reach. Going blindly can work if you have people that guide you. But those people that guide you, eventually they will use levels or some sort of guidance as well, a framework maybe. So if you don't know what levels are, we have a video here on YouTube. You can check the the course that I have on Udemy. There are many ways to check that out, but even easier as a first little task is just like, what would I like how do I see myself in 1 year, for example, or in 6 months while doing this? Speaking is my lowest priority. Yeah, of course, Christy, that's absolutely reasonable. Since you want to read books, since you want to focus on history and culture, I completely understand. That's very realistic. Listening, reading, writing. Yeah, great. So let's say here some maybe instead of putting answers, because this is not really answers, it's more like notes. So some skills are more important than others for your goals. Great stuff. Next, how much time can you dedicate every week? This is where people start deceiving themselves. This is where, in my experience, people come to the lessons and they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna study so much. Oh my god, yes, I want to do homework. Oh my god, yeah, it's really cool. But they don't know what it means to learn a language. And after a couple of weeks, a couple of months, they're like, oh, but how does this work, my friend? And the point is that if you don't work or have a schedule, and if you don't work, let's say every other day, if not every day, then that will be very difficult. You can sporadically learn a language, but again, it all depends on your goals. Yeah, it all depends on why you want to learn Romanian, what your long-term short goals are. Everything from here downwards, it just stems from one from another. So, yeah. But my recommendation, if you really are watching this, if you are here, if this is something that you want to take further and develop, there should be a goal every week, even if it's 15 minutes a week. Try to do it every week. Okay, maybe you cannot do it every day. That's completely fine. Everybody has responsibilities, bills to pay, work to do, miles to run. But try to do something every week. And here, as I said, it can be literally anything from like just start with as little as 15 minutes a week. B1 or B2 level, working towards C. Okay. If you are unaware of what levels mean or are, we have a very alternative, I would say, way of representing the levels. If you want like a little how should I say it? It's a piece of art. I mean, why would I not say it's a piece of art? Because it is a piece of art. So if you are interested in a different style of seeing the levels, there is this really nice visual representation on Patreon in the shop, and you get the PDF with a full resolution, and I even have an explanation towards it, and you'll find the link to that explanation on if you acquire this. So if you're interested in finding out a bit more visually what the levels mean, go on Patreon in the shop section. Anyways, sorry, going back, I diverged. So okay, we see some goals. Oof, look at that. My goal for so I spent about 1 to 1.5 hours before work. I try to spend some other time, okay, but it's not that easy for me. That's completely fine. You know, setting big goals can be counterproductive. And my goal for February is to study for a minimum 1 hour a day, at least 6 days a week. Wow, the hour does not have to be all at once. It has okay, beautiful, Christy. That's really good. I see that yeah, you have more tangible goals. That's great. To exceed the bare minimum goal. Okay. Beautiful. Cool. So the biggest question, how long will that take to get to your level? Are you aware that might take years? Are you willing to put that effort in? That's the question. Because let me tell you this, guys, and that's only from my personal experience. I know people that being pressured by the circumstances, learning that the language, basically, in this case Romanian, because we're talking about Romanian, have been able to learn it in a surprisingly proficient way, given the fact that they hadn't learned the grammar in maybe less than 2 years, being surrounded by Romanian speakers, spending day in, day out speaking Romanian. So you can get to C in less than 2 years. However, that involves a lot of time and lack of other responsibilities that probably many people don't have. So the question is then, how can I make my own environment work in my favor? And this is basically the next question. But for now, yeah, so I can get to that level in however many months. One way to find out exactly this, we have even a full calculation, a full formula. It's on our course as well, on Udemy. The link is in the description as well. So use that, or just, I would say, this is not the exact number, but I would say about like 150 hours per level, give or take. But this is not really that accurate. I don't know exactly the numbers by heart, but they are on Udemy. So think of that as a guidance, a very rough guidance. Congratulations, by the way, to those who haven't given up with Romanian yet. That's beautiful to see. Again, maybe let me write this as well to encourage people. So share your Romanian learning stories when we dive into a question. And let's pin this. There we go. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Language are bottomless. It's true. People that think that there is an end goal with languages, they have no idea what they're talking about. Yeah. So what can you do to do anything short, to make it shorter? This can mean trips to Romania, finding Romanian speakers, listening more, listening to news in Romanian, reading, whatever. Like, we'll go into each and every single one of them down here, but there are many ways to make that shorter if you help yourself building the right environment. Yeah. Why do you think Romanians learn Romanian so quickly? Because they're in Romania, right? Hope that wasn't a revelation. I really hope so. Anyways, so how are you gonna improve and test your vocabulary? You can watch the videos on all of those. I'm not gonna get into detail for all of them because we're not gonna cover anything else today if we're gonna do that. So I really encourage you to think about these and find a way to test them. We talk about every single one of them in the videos here from the week 4. And please complete this for your own, with your own preferences and with your own plans. And that being said, I want to mention one more thing here. Yes, perfect. Perfect question. That's exactly gonna cover the next topic that I was gonna introduce. Thank you for the question, Aubrey. So it depends how you do it. Learning is it depends, like I think I should start with saying that, yeah, learning is something that works both when you are focusing on the action and when you don't. What does that mean? When you actively listen to something, you will definitely learn more than when you just don't hear it. With, you have like your own stack of skills that are developed, and those skills can be pushed up or down on a limit, on a very, very limited level. So say, for example, you know how to talk about your town in Romanian, and you're watching a movie about, I don't know, a drama, yeah, a real life drama full of psychology and thrilling actions and whatever. I don't think you're gonna improve that much. But if you know how to describe your own town, and then you're listening to an activity or a video that talks about, I don't know, the most attractive, the biggest tourist attractions in Romania, there is some room for improvement there. So you have to choose your activities based on your level, and also based on your how focused you think you will be during that time. The more focused you will be, the more you will retain. The less focused you will be, and then, like, if you're just gonna play something in the background, that can help, but again, it has to match your level. You don't want to push limits. It has to be basically in like hard enough to give you a little challenge, and basically not easy enough to understand everything and just listen to that instead of doing your work. That if you're listening in the background. If you're focusing for 1 hour just on listening, well, that's different. You can definitely focus on more. You can play with the speed. You can focus on only one phrase. You can repeat it however many times you want. So it's all relative to your level and to how much you can use your other psychological skills, social skills, to improve. And talking about psychology, this is something that language learning really needs, because learning a language is also about how your brain works and how you are as a person. And that's actually the direction that I'm going with the Romanian Academy. Hopefully one day that will be a successful system, because this is what I'm thinking to do. And yes, your personality basically influences a lot. Your background can help you a lot, and it also can fail you greatly. So there are some things that you can work on, we just mentioned. Focus is a very important one. That's good for when you're doing activities on your own. Discipline, also great. Patience for yourself, working with other people, being able to have patience with long-term activities, and confidence, which is very important when you're speaking to other people. Obviously, having a couple of drinks, trying to speak that language is not something unheard of. When I watch the TV show, I can pick up on something, but not fully understand it. So based on what you said you're good with Duolingo. And you have been watching Super Neața cu Răzvan și Dani. But how much do you understand? So I'm not sure what your level is right now in terms of listening. If you're saying you're good with Duolingo, and you try to watch a TV show, That's a big gap. It's a huge gap. They are speaking at least B2 level on that TV show, and you said that you're good with Duolingo. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure, basically, on where do you think you're roughly in terms of your listening level? Because that's exactly what I was saying earlier. If you expect to understand the TV show, that's probably okay. Yeah. Yeah, I recommend what Christy said, actually. It's very, very, very wise. Yeah, probably lower the level of the listening. There are materials on YouTube here. There are materials suitable for every level on Patreon. There are A1, A2 listenings on Patreon, and there are released new ones every month. You can set the speed. There's also a transcript. You have questions to test your understanding. But yeah, anyway, so talking about psychology, that please consider that. Work with yourself as well. Language learning is not just studying; it's also studying yourself. And if you want to learn more about that, go on Spotify, search for The Age of Humans. We did work on that a few years ago during the pandemic. It's one of my proud projects with one of my really good friends. I should find that and put it in the chat. There we go. Yeah, if you're interested in finding more about how psychology works, please try this. Maybe Christy can help you with that. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you can become accountability buddies. No idea. We're gonna work on that later. Basically, you have to listen to your own, like on your own level. Yeah, and to do that, you have to buy books. You have to use materials. If you're gonna watch TV shows and listen to morning shows, I don't think that is very helpful. By any mean. Like, you don't expect to understand an hour of listening to Romanian if you're A1 or A2. You should stick to 1 minute of like listening activities. 1 minute, 2 minutes max. That's it. Cool. So diving into psychology and whatnot. What about empathy? Interesting topic. Because this can play a really good really good oh my god, I cannot speak. A really good role in finding a language partner, and also not feeling like you're an intruder. You're not in the wrong trying to learn a language, and people can have patience, some less, some more than others. And I do encourage everybody really to try to take language learners with an open heart. If they don't think they have time to help them, if you encounter people that speak Romanian that don't think they have time to help you, that's completely fine. There are many more out there, but like, don't. There are people and there are platforms. There are language learner meeting places. There are tandems that people go specifically for that. There's online tandem platforms as well. I talk about those in the YouTube videos. But don't expect in real life for people to. This is also something that I have encountered a lot. in the past, people expecting Romanians or that one person that they know that speak Romanian to help them with everything. And that's why you should really try to find a speaking buddy or a accountability buddy somewhere else. And tandems, again, one place. The online platforms for learning languages, as you know them, like Italki and Preply and the other ones. I can try to help with accountability as well, occasionally, and basically Discord is kind of made in a way for that. I did have a rough break recently from Discord. Let me see if I can pull that out to change a bit the. I think you're bored of this Chrome. So here? No. What's happening? Here you go. Okay, there we go. So yeah, Discord is kind of a community place that can help you keep accountable. Funnily enough, the most no, not this one. The most interesting, the most consistent actually place. Where is, oh, culture, okay, yes, here. Most consistent place people post is here. So if you find memes and stuff funny and relevant, you have plenty of them in the culture section. There's a lot of stuff going on around here. This is a very first step if you're interested in finding an accountability buddy. To go on Discord and just become like part of the community. People will reply to you. I will do my best to reply to you. If you ask questions, there are places to ask questions for grammar, for reading, for vocabulary, for listening, for speaking, for writing, for whatever you want. And this, as I said, I changed the name to Accountability Buddies. There's a whole channel now for that. And you can write a bit about yourself here. Now, what's really an accountability buddy? Let's just go there straight into there. Because that's probably going to clarify a lot. Maybe some people don't know what an accountability buddy is. So I drew this here. So an accountability buddy's responsibilities. I want you to tell me in the chat, please, starting from now. Let me know in the chat, what do you think what do you think an accountability buddy should help you with when it comes to grammar, reading, to listening, to writing, to speaking in production, speaking interaction? If people don't know what the difference is between speaking production and speaking interaction is, this is when you speak to people and you have a conversation. This is when you just focused on the way you speak. According to the CEFR framework, the one that I follow to do all of this, they are different. And let me give you, for example, like let's just take, okay, so I'm gonna tell you from the CEFR book, guide, whatever. So what reading comprehension means for A1, okay, A1. Can understand very short, simple texts, a single phrase at a time, picking up familiar names, words, and basic phrases and rereading as required. That's A1. That's all you have to do for reading in A1. Just have to understand very short, very simple texts, one phrase at a time. And you can pick up names, familiar names, not any names, familiar names, words, and basic phrases. And rereading is required. You have to reread that. That's A1. That's A1. When you're A1, you don't have to read a whole text and understand the meaning and the philosophy behind it. Just to give you another example, B1 reading, for instance, can read straightforward factual texts on subjects related to their field of interest with a satisfactory level of comprehension. So even B1, guys, is just relevant to your own field, and it's factual texts, not actual like feeling and expressive and fiction and lyrics and stuff like that. No, even B1 is just factual texts on subjects related to your fields of interest with a satisfactory level of comprehension. That's what B1 is. Yeah? So not even B1 requires you to understand the whole text. It's really far along the way. So careful with the way you see these levels. I was thinking of an accountability body in some help me make sure you're studying for lack of okay. Yeah, someone who keeps you accountable for studying. And they can help you, for example, with reading. Yeah. If you are A2 or A1, yeah, we're saying you're A1, you're a complete beginner. So you have to understand one text at a time. They can check on you, like, did you read one sentence every day? Or if you're B1 and you are, I don't know, an expert in let's take your example, Aubrey, just because I remember you mentioned it on Discord. You're an expert in cybersecurity. So yeah, like, did you read paragraph every day about some sort of cybersecurity topic? This is A1 and this is B1. So this is what they can ask you about, for example, with reading. And you can have like conversation, communication is very important. As I said earlier, there's a lot of skills that come into this. You have to really invest a bit of time, patience, and soft skills to basically find someone to help you with that. And the way to do that is, well, there are many ways, and Discord is one way that I'm gonna get into in a second. For example, with listening, yeah. Let's go very quickly, just for the purpose of this exercise. Let's say, yeah, you have to know your level. Let's say you are a A2 listener, and you're focusing on watching TV, film, and video. Yeah, this is from the CFR, Aubrey. This is exactly what it says here. So for A2, watching TV, film, and video, can identify the main point of TV news items, reporting events, accidents, etc., where the visuals support the commentary. Can follow a TV commercial or a trailer for a scene or a film, understanding what topic or topics are concerned. provided the images are a great help in understanding and the delivery is clear and relatively slow. And a TV commercial, trailer, or scene from a film is no more usually than 5 minutes long. And that's A2. Can follow changes of topic of factual TV news items and form an idea on the main content. That's all for A2. That's all you have to do for A2 listening. All you have to do for A2 listening, which is basically have you seen, like for example, you can watch together as an accountability buddy duo. You can for example watch a cartoon or something with subtitles. You don't focus on the language, you focus on the action. And then for example you really like one scene, and have you seen the scene, I don't know, Game of Thrones? No, that's a bad example because it's in English. One that's in Romanian. You watch Umbre, or you watch there's a new one on Netflix that I don't remember the name, also quite good. You watch a series, yeah? Have you seen the scene X from series Y? And you watch that only in Romanian. Like you have 5 minutes, yeah? And you can talk about it, and you can share what you understood from it, basically. And that's a scene. Just to repeat, a scene, a trailer. You can find all this on the CFR guide. It's available online. If you want a deeper understanding of these levels, I have a summary on the course. But anyways, this is something you should, in my opinion, you should try to communicate, commit to like one time a week at least, to spend like half an hour giving some updates, and those are all the kind of, well, there are more, by the way, those are not all the like 1 2 3 4 those 6 are not all the topics that you can focus on, but those are the most important to begin with. At least have a goal every week, discuss it with your peer, and use some sort of guideline. And obviously, and this is where I will come into play, if you find, so basically let's make it step by step so you get what I'm trying to say. Let's go to Discord. Why does it always go away? So, okay, focus on this, guys. If you find an accountability buddy here, obviously, first things, write about yourself all of this. Yeah, write something about yourself here. Make a little presentation of yourself. Then, if you like someone from here, or you feel like it's your level, or is good, and you find the common interests and whatnot, you just go and, for example, send a message. You can send a message, which is really cool and easy. And you can become friends, and you can become accountability buddies. And the place where I can help you, I created this accountability buddies reports section here. If you find accountability buddies and you want to know that your progress or goals or anything related to your progress as a Romanian learner duo, I'm happy to give you any kind of guidance as long as you write some updates of your like weekly progress in here. I am happy to give you a full help, tips, and so on. it would be my pleasure, and I would be really glad to encourage you in your journeys. So please write a bit about yourself, send a message, even if it's not written here, guys. Like you have right now in the introduction section, so many people have introduced themselves here. Just send a message, be friendly, and then maybe set a weekly meeting to talk about that, about the progress, and then write your progress here. And again, I'll be more than happy to help you and assist you with that. That's my message to you. Really, don't be shy. Don't feel like people might be a bit too over your level or too under your level. Sometimes just having someone there to bother you every week with such a challenge, with such goals, it's really good enough. So I think that kind of covers it up. We have talked about the plan, have talked about the accountability bodies. Again, I'm more than happy to help. If you see I'm not replying, just tag me here at Stefan05 and I'll be replying to you. Create a thread. Then if you're interested in more information about the learning plan and more ways that suit your personal circumstances, we have again the Udemy course, which right now is cheaper than it used to be, without even a sale. It's just cheaper. And I go into all of these in detail. Now, as a couple of final things before the Q&A, and if there's other questions, so just as a couple last things, please feel free to share on the link I will provide in the description a review. Basically, you can write a review if you ever feel like it on Google for the Romanian Academy. That will be extremely helpful and will help us a lot getting a bit more credibility, more visibility, and hopefully more people in the community that could be your accountability buddy. So that's on Google. Feel free to share your opinions, some photo from you learning Romanian, maybe that. Don't do that actually, and please don't call me on the number there unless it's something really important. So yeah, please share a testimonial or something like that. Now the Romanian Academy is on Google as well. And as a last thing that I wanna, if you don't know your level, right? Because this has been actually surprisingly, we've encountered this idea of the level surprisingly many times in today's discussion. I can help you with something because it's ready. In hopefully a couple of weeks, I will make this prettify it a bit, because right now it's just under a Google Doc. Let me share with you. This right here, even though it looks, I don't want to show you everything about it, but you can see quite well, I suppose. There are those are the questions for the level test. What this is going to be a test available definitely for free for everybody to test your level in Romanian with only 30 questions. I need to work on a couple more things on it, but I expect it to be out in the month of February, latest March. Right now I'm testing it. If you are willing to help me with this, basically testing the test, drop me a message on Discord. That will be really, really appreciated. And according to that, maybe you can finally say in the Discord community, oh, I am level this or I am level that, with a bit of confidence. I have tested already this on, I think, 4 people, and so far it's quite accurate. I think it's very, very similar to the expectations that I had. I have inspired this from a few other language tests, and it should do a good job. I don't want to share too much about it though, but it will be available soon. And oh, how could I forget? Okay, let's go back on the... Oh my god, I lost it. Did I lose it? No. Where are you? There you go. Let's go on here and tick this box. It's the final day of the 30 days that started in January. I want to congratulate all of you, newcomers, people that have been on the Romanian Academy community for a while. You have all been absolutely amazing. And this has been the longest project of after the first course we released, this is the second longest project I have pulled for the Romanian Academy community, and this has been, in my opinion, amazing. Please share your thoughts about the whole idea of the 30 days, what you've learned from it, if there's anything new. If you have any questions about anything discussed today or in the last 30 days in this series, please let me know now, because from tomorrow we're gonna go back to the good old content on the Romanian Academy. And you will find a lot of really cool resources on YouTube and Patreon and Discord and website. Now, actually, the website looks quite... I would be very interested in working with you on this. I took one online last week and it said it was intermediate. Can you share the link if you find it, Aubrey, for the test you took? That would be really useful. And yeah, I will get in touch with you then. Thank you very much. I will get in touch with you on Discord about the test. And please ask. This is a Q&A session right now for a couple of minutes. Yeah, right now we have this new way of putting the last 3 episodes from YouTube on the Romanian Academy platform. This is hopefully soon gonna be much cooler. I am trying to get Patreon posts on this, but the API has been absolutely horrendous. I really don't recommend the Patreon API. So yeah. question. Thank you, Christy, for being part of this community for so long. You definitely, as well as the others, have been the reason why the Romanian Academy has gone and got so far. I actually, a bit of a spoiler, maybe I'll share it with you next week. Hugo, is that you? You've been lurking in the shadows all this time? I think that's you, Hugo, no? Maybe I'm mistaken. I was just gonna spoil that next week. Yeah, you are. I knew the HV. I'm really glad to see you again. And be part of this. So one last thing that I wanted to spoil, or maybe it's enough spoiling. Maybe it's enough spoiling. I will show you at some point. There's something cool coming next week, and also something really cool coming tomorrow. Thank you all for taking part in this. I do appreciate again you all. You have all the links. I hope you have all the links needed in the description. Don't forget about the Google review. That will be really helpful. Don't forget about the test. I will contact you if you are interested. It's easier if you just tell me you are interested in helping with the test as a test for the test. And then what else? Accountability buddies. Yeah, please share your story or get in touch with anybody on on Discord, and then post your progress in the progress. I don't remember, reports, in the reports channel, and I will help you with that. So if there's no more questions, thank you all. It was great to be back on YouTube streams. Who am I kidding? I hate them. I think I will experiment with Discord. I think it's called Stages. I think we're gonna move all those live things on Discord, because I personally don't like streaming on YouTube that much. But anyways, I thought this was very important to get out there. So only for those special occasions I will do a YouTube stream. Have a great one. Have a great evening, day, morning, whatever it is, and I will see you tomorrow. La rivedere. Bye, lovely people.